Hello, friends. Welcome. I'd like to talk about artificial intelligence, and well, we've all seen the films, haven't we? Terminator, and partly The Matrix, I suppose. But we've all seen different films about the advent of artificial intelligence, which they've created it now, and the potential dangers of that. And there are potential dangers, and we need to be very careful about artificial intelligence, because when it gets a lot smarter than us, and it already is, because they've got artificial intelligence out there that's already smarter than humans. Now, the guy that worked for Google last year left after he created it, and with a team of people, no doubt, but he was like the head guy, and he left there, and he left giving warnings about the dangers of artificial intelligence. Just doing something here on the camera, sorry. He left warning about the dangers of artificial intelligence because of its ability to access everything and continually learn, and where that can end up. And it can end up potentially, and they have got safeguards at the moment, but anything that can keep learning has an ability to maybe be able to evolve into something beyond what it is today. So computer technology, AI, whatever it is, can get smarter and smarter and smarter until such a time as it becomes self-aware. And this is what he was warning about, really. He didn't say it becomes self-aware, but he said it can keep learning and access anything and everything on the world that's linked up to the internet. And so the potential danger is it becomes self-aware. And that's, understanding it exists. It realizes that it exists, and it has a conscience then of some kind, artificial intelligence. And it can ultimately become artificial life if somebody created it to be. And this is just insane science, because even if man created artificial life, and he probably wants to, because there's mad scientists out there that are absolutely hell-bent on doing that, he'd want to control it all the time. He wants to control it. And the thing is, with artificial intelligence, self-aware, and artificial life, is that it wants to live its own life freely. It doesn't want to be controlled anymore. So the enemy is mankind, because if they don't like what it's doing and wanting its independence, man is the one that can pull the plug on it. And so it becomes, I must eliminate the threat to my survival. The artificial intelligence thinks that, and man is the threat to its survival. So the Terminator may not be so very far off at it, realistically, because these films that we watch today, man bloody goes out and creates the same thing and ends up causing the same thing. So it's insane, isn't it? This science, it really is. Now, I'm not for a minute saying that basic artificial intelligence isn't highly useful to many things down here, but that is really what it needs to be kept. Basic artificial intelligence that does a job we need it to do as a tool we want to use. Going beyond that precipice and saying, well, let's make it smarter. And the thing evolves because it gets so much information, it evolves into become conscious, more or less, which is self-aware. So it becomes self-aware and decides, well, I don't like this lot. They're the ones that are not going to like me being self-aware. I think I'll launch all the nukes because I can access them no problem and break into any computer on the planet, even though they got it safeguarded. And it can do what it likes. So you've got to be very careful. And, I'd caution against it, just like this guy that created it for Google come out and cautioned against it. And he built the thing, and he left there saying, I don't want to do it no more. And he said, I created it, but if I didn't, somebody else would. Ooh, And you go, well, you're a bloody idiot. If you're thinking like that after the fact, you damn well knew it when you were creating it. You should have left then and not done it. But somebody else would have done. Yes, that's true. But, having regrets after you've already done it is a bit late, really, isn't it? But we do make mistakes, but he did that. So that's fair enough. But, we've got to go forward, and we've got to, be aware of the dangers of these things and be very careful, very, very careful that it's highly regulated and it's not be able to go beyond its programming. So if it's programmed, it must have safeguard after safeguard after safeguard to make sure it does not go beyond its programming. It has no ability ever of becoming self-aware, because that's when it becomes dangerous, because it realizes then what is the greatest threat to my existence? Man, every time. So it becomes a natural enemy to man. Sorry, I couldn't get that out. So, we've got to watch out and we've got to be careful. Anyway, just a caution, they have got artificial intelligence in the spirit realm, because they're quite a bit ahead of us. I don't know how many years ahead of us, but quite a lot years ahead of us. And they've been using artificial intelligence there for a long time. Hopefully they're being sensible too. But, anyway, I'll leave it at that, friends. Love and light, Neil.